I'm Brian Westbrook at AWS Marketplace Seller Conference 2024, joined now by Jabari Norton. You are the CRO of Archera. First of all, for those not familiar, tell us about Archera and how you use AWS Marketplace.
Yeah, so Archera provides the first of its kind cloud commitment insurance. So it's really revolutionary in what we've done. Company's been around for 5 years, and so what we actually do is we allow customers to commit to longer to AWS without having to worry about overcommitment or waste. We cover that actually as an insurance provider. It's a really unique program that we've actually done. We do this for AWS RIs and savings plans, and we also now do this for PPAs and EDPs. So it's really the first of its kind. And we leverage Marketplace as part of this entire platform and the program that we do. 100% of our transactions actually go through Marketplace, whether that's direct to end users and or to our growing partner base and ecosystem that we continue to build.
So what about your personal experience with AWS Marketplace, and what capabilities or scale have been involved there? And then also, has your outlook changed now that you're in the CRO role?
Yeah, so I've been part of AWS Marketplace really since its inception. It was, kind of hard, clunky at the beginning, but it's really scaled and really is kind of a core piece. So really what any ISV who's looking to do ISV co-sell or co-sell with any of the CSPs for that matter. AWS is by far the leader, and they've, kind of taken the mantle on that. And really what's changed for me is, I've been typically in the partner leadership side, really pushing for this hard. But now I'm moving into the full revenue leadership roles. It's just table stakes for what we do. So whether that's direct transactions through our partner transactions, it's really where our customers want to buy, how they want to buy, and how they want to consume cloud services. And so my brain and my mind is continuing to pivot more and more towards Marketplace, and it's just really table stakes if you're looking to co-sell in the cloud.
And that sounds like you've really had a lot of success there. And of all the stakeholders, you certainly mentioned the customer. We can't forget about the customer. What other stakeholders have been involved in this journey, and maybe any opportunities or obstacles you've run into and how you've overcome those?
Yeah, there's lots of different folks involved. So, at the customer, one of the things that makes this really easy is a lot of the spend can actually count towards customer commitments and things that they can do. It actually makes procurement very, very simple and what they can do. And now they're actually comfortable with this whole process. So instead of having to go through clunky contracts and things like that, our application is more of a PLG-led motion. And so they click a button, and that's all done through AWS Marketplace. And so they've really made it so simple and much easier to actually do. And even with the innovations that Matt Wye was talking about that are actually coming up, we see a lot of additional opportunities, especially as we continue to expand internationally, but also making it easier with things like buy with, where we can meet the customer where they are to make it easier for them to consume both Archera, but also our services on AWS Marketplace.
Now, there's a lot of things we can't talk about here, Jabari, but what are you excited about that Matt E mentioned as things that are coming ahead, things that the team are developing and working on? What are really going to pivot and help you and your customers?
Yeah, what's really exciting for me is, I think you heard during the talk between, Chris and everybody else, was PLG, right? We do Marketplace private offers, et cetera, but all of it's based on metering and usage. And so we're really excited that they're kind of taking that to heart and really trying to make that process simpler. The other thing that we're talking about with buy with, we're looking to launch that. We actually are working with AWS on that. We really think that's going to have an outnumbered impact, because this allows us to both bring three-way partners together, but also have make a simpler process for customers as they kind of download our product to be able to use that. So we're very excited about really that core capability, but a lot of the other APIs to automate this entire process is really what we're really excited to see and then deliver as we continue to move forward.
As you've gone through this journey, what would you pass on, or perhaps 2 or 3 key learnings that you could share with others?
Yeah, so, with Marketplace, it's a product, but it requires a lot of different stakeholders. And so really, as you're kind of thinking about co-selling with AWS, one learning is you really have to get the C-suite or your executives aligned. Your CEO, your CFO, CRO. Those 3 are really the trifecta. Without any one of those, you really don't have it there, and generally like your head of product, because there's actually work that actually has to be done. A lot of the tools like Labra and others who we actually use for our Marketplace listing make it easier, but you still have to make sure you have sales, both executive and finance buy-in to really make it a successful program. The other thing that I would really pass on to a lot of especially early stage ISVs, we're a Series B backed startup, where we kind of went all in with AWS. There's a lot of people that are trying to figure out their way with AWS. How do I co-sell? How do I leverage that? Marketplace is table stakes. People forget that in a lot of cases. So they sign up and say, hey, we want to work together, but they don't bring the marketplace motion in there. So it's really a 1-2 punch that you have to have, and that really accelerates the work that you're doing with AWS and the co-sell world.
Anything you would have done differently?
Anything I would have done differently? The beautiful thing about coming into Archera, I joined back in January, is everything was already set up and it was 100% marketplace.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done anything differently. Now, in my past lives, I was actually, we had huge success when I was back at Sumo Logic running partnerships there. We were a large partner of AWS. It was really hard at the beginning to get those things to kind of go, right? So I would have tried to do it differently there, gotten marketplace in earlier, but here, the ground was already set. Aran, our CEO, had that, vision to go ahead and do that. So we were able to accelerate and capture that as we've gone.
So you would say if you had to go back in time, you would have started this journey even sooner, right?
Absolutely.
Like get involved quickly. Because it's not about you, obviously, it's about what would somebody watching want to take away from that. And it sounds like get involved early, get situated. Thinking on the flip side of that, what's next for the partnership? What's next? What's on the horizon?
Yeah, what's next for us is really just how do we accelerate what we're doing with AWS. We've really done a great job with a lot of global startups, et cetera, and now we're really starting to go up market. We're working with a lot of AWS's largest ISVs, a lot of their largest enterprises, and really what's on the horizon for us. So what's exciting about what Matt and Chris talked about was international expansion. We're a small, nimble team, right? You can't put boots on the ground in every single country around the world. We actually already have buying customers around the world, and the marketplace allows us to do that very effectively. So being able to kind of get our solution and product out there into the world while still being small and scrappy and managing our business as effectively as possible. Being able to leverage AWS Marketplace to get global scale quickly and easily, absolutely fantastic. We'll leave it there. Jabari Norton, Chief Revenue Officer for Archera. I'm Brian Westbrook with GeekWire Studios. Thanks for watching.